podcast is rated PG-13. Parents strongly cautioned. Some material may be inappropriate for children under 13.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies ever made according to IMDb. Our website is mission250filmcast.com. We have our list frozen there. You can see what episodes are coming up next. I am one of your hosts, Denny, and joining me are...
Don, NTC.
Did you guys coordinate that shit?
Mm-mm.
Nope. It's quite impressive. This
Pure
week...
comedic.
Just quick on the
simpatico.
uptake, Denny.
You can tell how hard I'm laughing, how good I thought that was.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, to be fair, this,
Does one of you want to read the synopsis in Christian Bale Batman voice?
No, definitely not.
No.
Yeah. No. 8 years after the Joker's reign of anarchy,
That was funny.
Batman, with the help of the enigmatic Catwoman. Oh, fuck, I'm reading the wrong one.
That was funny. That was good, John. That was
Batman
good.
made a mistake. Batman is sorry.
Batman didn't always like bats.
All right, let's see here. This is it. This is it, right? Okay, let's see.
Oh, you're really going to do it? All right, I'm down.
Let's try again. Take two. Batman deserves another chance. After training with his mentor, Batman. Line. Oh, wait a minute. I'm angry. I got the suit on. I'm angry. I'm just uncomfortable. I'm angry. Okay, hang on. Okay. Sound guy, can you get that light off me? Get it off me. You're never working in this town again.
It's John.
That's right.
John's fully awake today.
You got to work here. And
I'll let you do this as long as you want, John. Keep going.
after training with his mentor, Batman begins the fight to keep crime-ridden Gotham City from corruption.
It's his fight, John. You misread it. You suck, Batman.
No, I did it right. The fight. It's everyone's fight.
Batman goes again.
Don't argue with Batman.
I like it how
Anyway,
you brought in
that's
some
enough.
of that Christian Bale anger stuff in there, too. It's pretty good.
It was just, yeah.
Well, shit. Now I have to go. It's my turn to go first. Batman Begins 2005. I got nothing good. This movie's great.
Let's go.
I fucking love
at
this
least
movie.
you liked it.
I've seen this movie a lot of times. It's kind of unfair. I actually used to have this like Christmas trading thing where every year when these Batman movies are coming out, I'd buy my brother, the movie that came out that year. He'd buy my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law would buy it me. We'd have a little circle, and then we watched the friggin' Batman movies every
Would
Christmas.
you just buy it? Would you just buy it for yourselves then? Why did you buy
Basically,
it and you get it? Yeah, right.
We'd buy a DVD copy and kind of like pass it to the left. Didn't even matter.
It's cool.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. This movie is still really good. It's way better than most of the superhero movies that exist now. I thought for a while that the Spider-Man movie we watched recently was my favorite one, but I think Batman Begins is my favorite one out of all the superhero
Spider-Man.
movies.
Oh, you mean
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This movie is
So this like joggled your memory or what?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because I
All
mean,
right.
it kind of, all the superhero movies tried to be serious for a while after these movies, and I think they mostly failed miserably. And then they kind of bounced back and did the funny thing. And even with the seriousness of like, the fuck was the second to last Avengers movie called? Not Endgame, but the one before that?
Infinity War.
Infinity War. That movie was like kind of
Well, it
heavy,
was a
but
dark
it was
ending, yeah.
still a cartoon, really, because like the characters would make unrealistic jokes a lot of the time. Like the funny moments weren't based in reality, I guess.
Right.
There's a lot more magic and stuff like that, but it still, killed people and stuff. But it's not as dark as this. There's something about this movie the atmosphere is amazing. It's like the city seems so real.
Well, because
Yeah,
it
I'll
is
agree with that. I'll
a
agree
lot
with
of
that.
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's some shots. I got some complaints on like very small complaints because I was trying to nitpick this one because I think everything. Most of my notes are just like, oh my god, this music is so good. The acting is so fucking good. The way this looks is so good. Like the sets are so good.
Yeah.
But there are some parts.
Thank you.
Yes, Batman's voice is not ridiculous or easy to make fun of at all.
No.
But even that, I kind of like his voice because it does shroud Christian Bale's actual voice.
Mhm.
So it would work. Like he wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily be able to recognize who he was.
who it was.
No,
Right. Yeah,
I
I
guess
guess that
not, yeah.
works in
Yeah.
that way too. Yep.
Except for if you knew somebody since childhood, wouldn't you recognize the bottom half of their face? Especially
You
if
might.
you got like,
I
Yeah.
wondered that. Yeah, you might.
Yeah, I would. But that's a superhero thing in general.
it's less
right?
likely
You know?
than like taking your glasses off and becoming Superman and being
Right,
like, I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah. You
Right.
know, you got Superman on one, you got Spider-Man on the other where you cover your whole face, right?
Which is a
Yeah,
good
that's-
idea.
That seems like
Yeah.
the best idea.
Except for the breathing. It gets like,
Right,
you never,
exactly.
you ever
Yeah,
gone
you'd have a
skiing
lot of
before in a
spit.
cold
You'd
day?
have a lot of spit
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, you do.
Also hard to see,
Yeah.
maybe?
Possibly.
Nah, you got
but you got
some kind
Spidey
of-
sense.
Some
You
kind
got
of
Spidey
lens
sense.
thing going on that
that's
works
true.
really well. I don't know. But yeah.
Spidey sense. Yeah, I think I don't even know what part is the best part of this movie. There's some acting,
There's so many parts.
so many parts.
There is some acting in this. I noticed.
There's very good acting, and there's also some pretty bad acting sometimes, but mostly
There's
really
some
good
terrible
acting.
acting. There's some
Yeah.
not acting at all, it seems.
Are you talking about Kate Holmes?
Maybe.
Is it Kate Holmes?
It could be the only one significant woman in this whole universe, apparently,
Uh-huh.
at least as far as this movie goes.
Yeah, but she's not
yeah.
very good.
Nah,
True.
no, it's too bad.
And there's some lines that like Alfred has that I'm like, it's kind of cheesy.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I
there's
kinda-
Morgan Freeman, who's just like, I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm
Yeah,
in
as-
R&D now.
I have one act. I can't do anything else.
That's right. And that's okay, Morgan, because
But
you're
doesn't he have a
likable no
pleasant
matter
voice?
what.
Isn't he pleasant to look at? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's totally
He's
fine.
good, too.
Morgan
I like
Freeman, he's like, there's some actors that just be themselves, more or less, it seems. And that's totally fine because they're
Yeah.
fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, they're picked like that on purpose, right? Like
Right.
we got a perfect fit for you. You don't
But
have to do
you
much.
just like, I wonder if you could just like make like a jump cut of all the different films he's in that
You
would
just
just
have
like,
that like wide
be
open
the
face
same.
with the
Yeah,
open mouth, like like
Yeah.
he's confused. Yeah, it's in every movie.
Yeah, but I don't know. Christian Bale was amazing.
He's great.
All three bad guys are amazing. I think that's part of the problem with the later ones, and we'll get to that when we get to the second
yeah.
two movies of this. They try to put more than one bad guy in.
Ooh,
And it
Well, that
doesn't
was
work.
the problem with Batman Returns, even too. That was
too many
Catwoman.
bad guys.
after the very
Penguin?
first Batman, which the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton one, which was really good, I thought. And they had just Keaton and Nicholson. And then with Batman Returns, I think you had like the Penguin and you had a number of bad guys there.
Yeah. Three bad guys. I don't know. I have a hard time figuring out which one I like more. The Cillian Murphy guy, the Scarecrow. Some of
He's
his
amazing. He does a great sinister
creepy.
guy.
He really
Yeah.
does do a
Creepy.
good
He's got a
creepy. Yeah.
great casting for it. I think he overdoes some of the lines sometimes, but the mask and the gas and him being a doctor and all that stuff
Yep.
is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because just the idea of it alone means that like that guy could exist.
right.
Like a super smart scientist / doctor that's like, I found out a way to fuck with people.
Yeah. Carmoni, is that his name? Carboni?
Yeah.
Car-
yeah.
Falcone.
Yeah.
Carmine Falcone. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
His character's
Tom
awesome because he's
Wilkinson.
just like a low-life creep. And Tom Wilkinson, I think is his name, who plays the guy,
Yeah.
is like, I've never seen him be a bad guy before. He's usually a good guy from what I've seen him in. And he was awesome as the bad
Isn't
guy.
he from some TV show or something? I mean, he looks very familiar. Maybe he's just done so many things.
I recognized him from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind was the thing that I first saw
That's
him
your
in and
movie,
liked him.
huh? That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? Bad guys.
That guy's good.
And then there
And
was,
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson,
Yeah.
who, like, I kind of agreed with some of the stuff he said, like he's a good enough bad guy where it's like, oh, he is kind of doing good in an evil way or something, you know?
Right. He doesn't see himself as evil. He sees himself as
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but he's like, thinks of himself as a god or something. Like, he's the
Yeah.
protector of the world, and to do that, you need to murder a ton of people.
And you dig that. That's your thing.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
you can
okay.
kind of see, I mean, if
Just wanna
you're,
call that out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
That he's a
it's
big kill guy. He's a big
not the
murder
good
guy.
way to
Yeah.
do it, but
Yeah.
it probably, I mean, it worked for him, right?
Well,
like,
it's the also the like the far side of the whole vigilante thing. It's like, hey, you're going to do that. You take the law in your own hands. You might as well just get the whole thing over with.
yeah.
True.
So I think
yeah, you're not gonna like pussyfoot around fucking taking the law in your hand, right?
sit
Just
there,
fucking go for
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah, You really want to clean things up and stop
Full
crime?
tilt.
Well, let's
Yeah,
just do that.
let's go.
Yeah, that's
speed
really
ahead.
your goal.
Kill them all.
Yeah,
But it's
Yeah.
also cool because that opens up the fact that like Batman, like he sees it as everybody's corrupt except for, like a few good
Right.
people. But that's not what it is.
Right.
There's a few really bad people, a few really good people, and a whole shit ton of weak-willed people.
Right.
Like, the
Which is
people in the
basically
middle-
Hitler, what Hitler was thinking, but sure.
And that's the way it is. I mean, most of us are cowards, right? We fucking run away from
Oh,
danger all the time.
I am. I have.
But there's a reason why that storyline works
certificate.
for so many of us,
Yeah.
right? Because we're all thinking that way. Of some other
Like
people.
I want to survive. I don't want to get shot or like killed by
Yeah.
the weird gas going through the sewer
Right.
system.
God, and dude, that gas seems like it freaks you the fuck out. I've done plenty of drugs in my life, but that is a drug I never want to try.
Why would you wanna do that?
Pretty freaky.
That shit fucks you up right there. I was like, I'm thinking there, sitting here watching, like, man, that's a fucked up way to kill somebody, or like at least fuck them up, like get them, to do what you want to do. That
Dude,
scare the
the-
shit out of me.
Jacked Batman with like I don't know, like he didn't have a mask on. He just was a
Oh,
Batman.
yeah, right. Oh, that
One
was
of the coolest
creepy.
parts of the
simulating
movie.
what he
Yeah.
looked like to the people
Yeah, yeah,
hallucinating.
Yeah. And that
That was
effect was
creepy.
so cool when like they shook the entire screen and the way the sound went with that whole thing, like straight out of a horror movie.
That's true. Yeah.
Good bit part for Rutger Hauer. God bless him. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Rutger Hauer.
Yeah.
Man, even as like a boring executive character, he still delivers lines
He was good.
amazingly. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it. It was a good performance on his part.
And I got a lot of problems with the Kate Holmes character and her acting. And there are some problems I have with the logic of the last third or fourth of the movie. But I kind of forget all that stuff.
Kind of move on from all
Kate
that.
Holmes kind of ruins the end of the movie. I kind of like,
Really?
they should have removed, she doesn't ruin it, but she like, the movie's awesome. And then she has this long dialogue scene at the end. And
Well,
it's
she's
really
supposed
bad.
to be like, she's like the moral sort of center of the movie. And she just, unfortunately, just doesn't pull it off very well.
She was also very popular then.
Yep.
Right.
She was the first choice for this role.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
because she was huge back then.
Yeah.
I realized that when I was watching. I'm like, she got this role just because she was by default.
Yep.
She was like the most popular woman in Hollywood at that time.
Yeah. Then she married Tom Cruise and it all fell apart.
All fucked up from there.
That's not a.
And I also
happy thing.
blame her quitting acting to screw up the linearity of these movies. Like, even though I'm kind of happy she wasn't in the second
she was
one.
having a family, though,
She
right?
didn't quit acting. She was like in another film. She elected to be in another
she's
film.
still working.
Oh, I thought
with,
she
like,
quit.
No, she's still working. I thought it was because she was having a family.
She was like doing another film at the time. She didn't say she was doing family. I don't know if that's really was the real reason or not, but she was saying that she was pursuing another film, and it was another film with Diane Keaton. And so, and
Don't hate on
maybe
Katie.
Maybe part of it had to be like doing this. This kind of a film was pretty grueling. I don't know, but
Maybe
in
she
terms of,
watched it. She's like,
it
"Ooh, I
required much
stink."
more of a time commitment. I don't know.
Imagine if we could like, you know what? Work's been a little grueling, so I'm gonna take a little break. Imagine if we
I
could
already
do that.
have millions of
That'd be great.
dollars, so
Yeah,
this
that'd
will
be
be
great.
easy.
It'd be fantastic. I'd love that. A little
I don't need
grueling.
another house for the next 2 years. I can just not work for 2 years.
Yeah, you know what I do when life gets grueling? I drink more beer. It's kind of like even, keep going up. Anyway.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't add to the problems.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
No, you're right. I'm
she's-
like looking it up right now. She was just scheduled to do something else, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But then how the hell did they? No one else was scheduled for other things.
That's just life, man. Got a gig.
Yes. I mean, I guess in retrospect, I'm glad it was her that left and not anyone
There
else.
may be more to it that we don't know. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, it's no need to speculate. Let's move on.
Yeah, she was out like for 2005 to 2008. She hadn't done anything, so
But it is weird, and we're not talking
Yeah.
about the other two. It's weird how the character changes, to Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's very strange. But
But I mean, that's movies. We've seen it before, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it how this movie takes an hour to start. The entire intro portion of it, where he's like stealing shit, getting caught, being in prison, hiking the mountain, fighting ninjas, learning, like training and all that shit, going back, finding the cave, building, ordering shit the way you would actually order things from manufacturers from other countries to build all of the things we know. And you kind of, that whole scene, especially where they show, even though it's fake technology, it seems real in the movie, where you're like, all right, this is all just military equipment. Like the bridge jumping car, you got the freaking cape that is, put electricity through it and it ridges up. Like all that shit is
It's
real in
military
the movie.
based.
Like it tells
Yeah.
you. It's not just like, we got a bat suit here, guys.
And it works like this.
No,
Yeah.
It's just
no,
perfect.
the friggin' the Bat tank was real. They had it as a real vehicle that they were driving around.
I
The
mean, that's
city.
kind of
built
always
it.
what I liked about Batman is that there was this like underworld that was richer than the fucking governments,
Yeah. He was like a one-man government, basically.
Right. Even though he had all these people helping, right?
And his backstory has always been like, tragic, but none of the movies have done anything with it. And I don't know, comic books, to me, I don't get anything from them really. Like I don't read a comic book and see that a kid's parents died and I'm like, oh, I'm sad. But in this movie, it does it in such a way where it's like, it's so dark and the acting, even if the little kid is like so good, and everybody in that scene, like the wife, the
did
father,
anybody recognize before I forget, the blonde boy, the little blonde kid?
King Joffrey.
Yeah, he was King Joffrey.
I'm not going to take credit for that.
Shit.
Naomi pointed that out when we were watching it.
I wasn't sure. He was either King Joffrey or Draco Malfoy, but no, it was King Joffrey.
Yeah. I don't know. And the soundtrack is amazing. Fucking movie soundtrack is so freaking
It is good. Yeah, it's good.
Is it? I mean, I didn't really like. It's not. It doesn't have any distinctive themes to it.
Yeah,
like,
it
compared
does.
with really.
Really? I thought I did.
Bwah. It has Hans Zimmer bwah in it. It's like the first one to have that bwah. This is pre-Inception bwah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I was thinking that the theme, I don't know, I didn't like as much as say Danny Elfman's theme because it just didn't have like a signature sort of melody to it or anything.
I'm trying to think of what the Danny Elfman one was.
Yeah, I don't know that one to compare.
Kind of.
Oh, really?
No, that says
Can
I'm
you do
not
that
doing
one
that
more time?
justice at all. No. Come on.
In the Batman voice. One
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
hummable, but I think it adds a lot to the atmosphere, the
Right.
entire movie.
Hey, that's the atmosphere, but it doesn't. I don't know. I like there to be some kind of like more distinguished.
You want a
theme.
hook?
I want a hook.
Okay.
I'll stop. What did you guys think?
Go ahead, John.
After you, TC. Come on.
All right. I'll be fine.
Am I alone?
No, not at all. No, I liked it.
All right.
I mean, I like Batman. So I think I'm hard pressed to hate any Batmans because I've always liked it since I was a kid. So,
Have you seen Batman and Robin?
you mean like the original?
No, like the
Because yes,
George
it's the
Clooney.
original.
Wait,
I
not
don't
like the
remember.
cartoon. I don't think.
No, I
Like
know.
the-
I used to watch the cartoon. Is what I'm saying.
oh, okay.
But,
No, the movie. The Joel
I don't know.
Shoemaker.
believe it. I mean, I must have. When I was a kid. My mom took me to all of them when they were coming out.
Oh.
so.
It was the one with Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy and Arnold
Oh,
Schwarzenegger
yeah,
as
of
Mr.
course.
Freeze.
Yeah, that
Absolutely,
one, it
absolutely,
really went
absolutely.
off the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely seen that. Yep.
It didn't go off the rails. The train was off the tracks as soon as the movie
Before
started.
it even started. Before
That's true.
production
No,
was even
you're right,
underway.
right. No,
During
you're right.
budget talks, the thing was
It
off
never
the
was on the rails to begin with.
Yeah, right. They figured out, hey, this isn't a train that's on your typical rails, okay? It's just got to move forward.
It's one of them off-road
Why do you want
trains.
to
Get out
stay
of
on
the
those
way.
rails anyway? They're too confining, man.
Yeah, right. We're
You
creative.
don't need rails. We don't need no stinking coherency.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I liked it. I thought the acting, like you said, Denny, was great. The story's interesting. I think I didn't get bored through the overarching, storyline. So even though there's seemingly like 3 sections of it that I liked all of them.
Nice.
Some of the movements in the fighting were really impressive. I love that scene where they're fucking going down the ice. And he stops
Slipping
him right
down
before.
and he
Oh my God.
catches.
And he
Oh,
runs
yeah,
and he
yeah.
slides. He's like, yeah, I'm on my stomach. Fuck it, I'm gonna get him. Like he's not even. There's no second guess. He's like, I gotta go get him. He's falling.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I gonna do? I can't
It's
stop.
like, I'll figure it out. I gotta
I'll
get him
figure it out
first,
on the
though.
way. I got 20 seconds. I'm good. So yeah, I mean, there was just a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I think that, like you said, Denny, it's pretty cool how they kind of show all those real artifacts that are like Batman's thing, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
fake. I do like the fact that it starts with him as a kid, so you do get like the full story of what Batman is about. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'd watch it again. I think by now I've probably seen it 3 or 4 times. So, I mean, this is a good one. This is one that should be on the fucking list. Thank God, finally.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All 3
You
are
know?
on the list. This is the
Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah, we
lowest
had to
one of the
watch.
3.
We had to watch all 3 in order, right? Or no?
That's
are
fucking
they
awesome.
out of order?
no Dark Knight. The second one is like number 4 or something.
Oh, this is a problem.
This is an issue.
We've all seen
yeah.
all of them though, right? So
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
it does. You're
But
right.
it's still,
it
it's
doesn't
like it's
matter
nice
in this
to,
case.
we
I'm still interested to know what your solution is.
put a hook in could put a hook in The Dark Knight Rises and drag it all the way to number 5
Yeah.
and watch
Yeah,
it
we'll
in series.
talk about that offline.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. We'll have to figure that out.
I got
okay.
ideas about Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
I was
though,
gonna
so.
say, and the Godfather,
Uh-huh.
right? We got
better have
problems
ideas.
in all of those areas.
Yeah, we'll fix something.
If we live to see them.
Mhm.
Yeah, true.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, I mean, that's ultimately all I have. I liked it. I sat and watched it. I actually watched it twice, mainly because I, fell asleep, but not
Nice.
not because of the movie, but because I just haven't been sleeping much. So I, started it from scratch on the second time, watched it all the way through, and I had nothing bad to say. So definitely a good one. And if you haven't seen it, people, watch it.
Agreed.
Yeah, go ahead, John. Your turn.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
God damn it.
Sorry. Don't hurt me, Denny. Don't
I'm gonna hurt
me.
you.
No, please. Don't hurt me.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Don't make me cry. Don't.
Would you like to see my mask?
When Batman does the frowny face, he makes me think of my little boy toddler who's about to like let go of some serious wailing because he does this big frowny face.
See, that's an issue.
Swear
that's an
to
issue
me.
right there. Yeah.
Swear.
I don't expect him to do that. I expect him to go when my son does that frowny face. He's like pausing because what he's doing is he's inhaling because he's about to let go of some serious wailing.
Oh,
And
God.
so as he's like breathing in to get that wail out, he's doing this big frowny face. So that's why I'm thinking Batman's just gonna go.
I can see why that would hit you every time.
Wah. Just fucking Christian Bale crying in a deep voice in his bat
His suit is so tight. I loved this film when it came out. I did, and I think then I really liked how dark it was and serious it was. Maybe what's happened, and I don't know if it's just because it's been mocked, because there's I think Lego Batman, despite that movie's violence toward plastic, did a really good job of putting this sort of self-serious Batman sort of and made fun of it. And this movie just takes itself so seriously that I don't know. I'm just like, guys, get over yourself. It's still just Batman. My God, Christian Bale. It's like, I put on that suit the last time, you become a demon, a beast. It's just Batman. Come on, guys. Really?
He's the savior of Gotham, John.
Yeah, no, is
Just
he?
Batman.
Is he? I don't know.
He is.
Wow.
But
Oh, that's how you really feel.
You cynical bastard, John. Keep
I
going.
know. And I love the Dark Knight books. I actually, unlike you, Denny, who doesn't like those cartoon books.
Hey, I gave him a shot. They're just not for me. What are you going to do?
Have you read The Dark Knight?
No.
Have you read Watchmen?
Yes.
Did you like Watchmen?
Kind of. I like the movie better, though.
Okay. But the Dark Knight books are really good. The Dark Knight Rises. There's like a series of them. They're quite good. There's one where Batman fights Superman in there, and it's really good. And it's not like hokey like the more recent Batman Superman fight was, which is a movie that's far away from this list.
Yes, very far.
So I don't know. I watched it and I was like, I don't know. It just seems everybody is taking themselves so seriously that I don't really care so much. And I never got to say thank you, and you never will. You're lying? Did you say, hey, Gordon, say thank you? Say what? What do you mean? You'll never have to say thank you. Now, bye. I don't know. It's just it's so serious that it almost seems a little cheesy in retrospect. I don't know.
You watch too many parodies of it, too much Fat Man.
Maybe that's my problem, where it's like this film becomes almost. And I know that this film like broke new ground when it came out. Like a lot of people have said that they've influenced modern superhero films because it took it like truly seriously, and I should respect it more than I do because I love that. I love when it's like a fantasy or science fiction setting and the authors like really take the material seriously and try to do the best they can with that. I think that's amazing. I don't know.
But do you actually?
Well,
you say that, but then you don't.
But then I have to wonder, well, why does this film seem a little different? And maybe it's because they're glorifying themselves. Or it's like Christian Bale's like, no, this isn't about Batman. This is about me, the actor.
I gotta guess,
Batman.
dude.
Yeah,
Is it the way that Christopher Nolan makes his actors act?
How does he make his actors act?
Do that?
Super sentimental all of the time. They're always saying things that might be like the last thing they're ever
say to somebody.
You're
okay.
Right. It all feels so like dramatic all the time that there's no nuance. Or
that's Christopher Nolan's style.
You're right. Maybe that's it.
It's kind of annoying. I think it gets more annoying the further we get along in this trilogy. But I find it somewhat less. So like it's less. I mean, the fucking Alfred line where he's like, "You'll still never give up on me, will you?" And he's like, "Never." I'm like, "Nah, that's so cheesy."
Yeah.
He says it twice. So fucking cheesy.
Denny, I think you've hit on it. I think you're right. It feels like they're all like full tilt dramatic all the time.
Yeah. That's a Christopher Nolan thing. So you might have a problem with a lot of this remaining because this is the first Christopher Nolan movie. Almost all of his movies are on this list.
Yeah, I know.
Boy.
And I've somewhat I've seen them all.
Yeah.
And I've not always liked them as much as I wanted to like them. Because I even like, we'll get to like Inception and what's Interstellar.
Interstellar's on there, yep.
Yeah, as
all
well as
which
the other
they're
two
very serious.
Batmans.
You're right, Denny.
Memento.
Is Memento on this list? Really?
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That'll be interesting to see again.
I think the only ones that aren't on here are Dunkirk and Insomnia, both of which are really good movies.
I like Insomnia,
Yeah, Dunkirk was really forgettable. Other than some really cool sound work.
Dude, that movie was amazing.
So you're screwed on these ones, Denny. He's not gonna like any of them.
Dude, Dunkirk. Have you seen
he doesn't
Dunkirk?
Like Christopher
TC?
Nolan. I don't think so. No.
I was excited. I went and saw it in the theater.
It was. I almost came to tears watching that movie. But that movie had one of the worst scenes in any Christopher Nolan movie, where they switched to happy music when like the savior people on the boats were coming. We're talking about a different movie now, but he always does it, where there's always like really sappy moments in it. Even like the Interstellar, the part where she's talking about how love can travel through space and time. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. So there's like a nuance of emotion that just you don't get, and if it starts to grate on you, if you really sort of focus on it, it really kind of ruins the experience. And I think you're totally right, Denny.
So I'm aware of it, but I tolerate it consciously, so that helps me enjoy them.
And like I want to appreciate like what they did, but it almost seems like because of that tone, it's like they're almost glorifying themselves and not necessarily even respecting the material at that point.
I don't think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to add dramatic weight to all of it, and I honestly think it works like really a lot of the time in this movie, for me at least.
I think it's fair. I feel like, and maybe it's more like the the Christian Bale, such the serious, talented actor thing, which again, he is. There's no question.
Dude, he's a fucking man. He went from The Machinist to this movie.
I know. I never saw The Machinist though, but I can't say. I saw American Psycho, which he was impressive in for sure.
He was ripped in American Psycho. He went down to being like 140 pounds or less.
You can lose weight, you can gain weight, you can work out. I don't know if that makes you a great actor.
But it does if you do that, plus you're a great actor on top of it.
Yeah, okay. But I think it's separate.
It is separate, but it's dedication, and also he's extremely talented.
Yeah, it is, I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, Batman's before this, by the way.
The light boy, I don't know.
Batman's before this and after this have never been as physical as he has. Batman is supposed to be a fucking ninja. You have Michael Keaton playing Batman? How is that believable?
It was fantastic. I loved. Well, now I have not seen that one in a long time, so I don't know how well that holds
Michael
up.
Keaton is like a small dude. He's small and he's old.
He's
not Batman.
In armor with all kinds of gadgets and things.
Dude, you have Christian Bale doing actual stunts in this movie.
You're not Batman. I am too Batman. Look, kid.
You're not Batman. You're not Batman.
Look.
There's no way you can be Batman.
Look at this kid. Look. I made these little bat things. They've got edges on them. They're like flying stars, but no, they look like bats. See? Look.
They're actually worse because instead of being able to hit your target with 6 different areas, there's only 2. So it's harder.
So more. I like the challenge. That's what I like.
Because I'm really fucking good at it because I'm Batman.
Yeah. But look, they're bats. Golden bats. I made them myself in my shop. You want to come see?
It's underneath my house. It's a secret place. Can't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. I was okay with it. Maybe it's because this is possibly the 3rd, if not 4th time I've seen it. So maybe it's there. I've also got that effect after a while where I just get run down by the movie. There's some movies where I can watch them again and again, but that's few and far between. So, I mean, I should give this credit that, I've watched it like at least 4 times, I think. And so that's where it's running thin on me now. But so there's that as well. I know. I'm not like, again, I wasn't annoyed to watch it either. I mean, there's always like with some of these films too, where it's like, yeah, I'm the good guy, but I destroyed a whole bunch of cop cars and knocked a whole bunch of good people out and did a whole lot of property damage, but I'm the good guy. And there's always that thing with Batman where it's like, as long as you don't kill people, you're okay. You can like knock them out.
People, doesn't he?
Cause like lifelong head trauma. Well, you can kill the actual real bad guys. But
doesn't he kill cop cars? Don't cop cars explode and flip over?
Cop cars flip over and explode, but they make a point of saying in the movie, you're lucky nobody was killed. After that big chase scene. They make a real point of saying that. So
I see what you're saying.
I was just like, he's like running the bat car over. And what, Batman, bring the antidote with you. You're going to go fight Scarecrow.
It's volatile. You can't drive with that shit. It'll explode, John.
Oh, well.
Can't jostle that shit up the antibodies. We'll get all screwy and they won't heal.
Okay, fair. Wow, I didn't know that. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay,
see?
That's a good call. Oh, man. And I'm totally diffused. Well done, Denny. But still, the roof damage, man. Sitting there, flying across
that poor church, that poor apartment building.
Tank. I don't know what it was, but
why are you sitting there thinking that? I'm watching that scene, being like, "Oh my god, this is real!" Like, look at that. That's not CG. That's like, a fucking.
Why do you have to? Just because you're like switching weapons, you got to like go into dive mode in the actual tank. No, you just push a button and shoot your weapons. You don't have to like go into prone just to do something. I don't know, but just because it looked cool. Okay, look. When you do the missiles, you got to go prone. You got to go. It's like you're a torpedo. It's like you're going to be shot from the thing.
Are you a weapons expert, John?
But
your criticisms are coming out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you might need to prone.
No backgrounds.
You might need to
weaponry.
Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't question Morgan Freeman. Who would question Morgan Freeman?
Nobody. He's escaped jail. He does so many things.
No. Yeah,
he's the god of all penguins.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He's the god of all penguins. Come on.
You got to go prone to fire.
Hey, look, when you're delivering this,
right,
go prone. I think that's true.
Okay.
I think
it's actually the saddest thing about that March of the Penguins movie is that when they were doing the voiceover, they were blasting it over the penguins, and it drove the penguins crazy, and they all just removed themselves from the circle and slowly froze to death alone.
Wait, what? That's a joke, right?
Is that a joke? Because
it was an attempt at one.
I'm like, damn, that's. He sounded very like he knew it. He's knowledgeable, dude. I mean,
he sounded like you're beating us over the head with that one. Like
Denny, you're trivia guy, so it's believable that you might have that knowledge.
My trivia guy position.
Using your trivia guy
knowledge. There was a torture element.
Gotta be careful there. Your powers are great.
You know what happened to penguins, don't you? This is a joke.
Some kid's gonna be listening to this and be like, "Hey, Ma, did that really have they had the voiceover going on the outside? Really? They all died?
That's where where the
trying
budget
to be
went. They bought a
funny.
bunch of really
Stop
big
crying.
speakers for the
Yeah,
Antarctic.
for some reason the director said, I want to put Morgan Freeman's voice over these people, over these fucking penguins.
Hey,
'Cause
penguins, rotate,
they might
you
act
dumb birds.
differently when Morgan's talking, because we all act differently when we listen to Morgan, right? They may
We all
too.
appreciate life a little more and feel a little comforted.
Yeah,
we hear
so
Morgan talking.
let's consult some scientists. No, let's not do that. Just fucking blast the thing over, and then they go out of the circle. They all die. Who knew?
John, I feel like we should have a little seminar with you there, buddy.
What do you mean? I need an intervention?
Yeah.
Of what kind of intervention?
For
I
what?
need a John does
I
not
don't know.
appreciate good movies and likes
Batman?
bad ones intervention.
That, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's a
confusing
good
to say,
one.
like,
We
Is that where
we
we've
could
been
start
heading?
there.
Like,
Yeah, we can
John,
start there.
we need to. What are you guys doing here? We need to talk, John. What do you mean? What do you mean? Just sit down, John.
John,
Just
have a
sit-
seat.
No, I don't want to sit down. It's not-
John,
no.
we all have letters that we have to read, okay? John, sit down.
No, okay.
Lock the door. Lock the door.
John, if you're at all like me, the first time I watched Interstellar, I really disliked it because of, I mean, that movie is 3 hours long and there's about 10 minutes of it that's, I think, is really freaking terrible. And this movie has a couple of scenes where I'm just like, ugh, this is so bad. Like the scene after the manor burns down and Katie Holmes is talking to Christian Bale.
Ugh,
And
that was bad.
like that whole scene is just really bad,
It is
really poorly
terrible.
acted.
Yep.
I really dislike it. And I really dislike how it's the end of the end of the movie. Really.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it kind of leaves you with like a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
But it's a small part of the movie. There's like amazing sets in this movie.
No, I know.
The
and
action is like all real and practical and shit. It's like, it's incredible.
Right. I think that's,
Yeah.
like you could tell they built a lot of stuff for
and I
this.
should
did.
respect that.
And you might respect it. It doesn't necessarily mean.
Wait,
you
John.
like it.
It's okay. I never do. Listen, you've heard me.
But that's
talk
you.
about
We
this
need
shit.
at least two people that
Oh,
respect
right. We
things
need
that
like a
deserve
person
respect.
that are like, is impressed by things. I got it. Got it.
Yes. I had a question about the zombies in the movie. Why aren't the zombies attacking each other?
Oh, zombies never feed on their own kind. That's like zombie rule number 1.
But are these zombies? I thought they were
well,
drug-induced fear people that would tear each other apart. But if they're going to tear each other apart, how?
Slash
If,
zombies.
if they're
I
all
don't
under
know.
the influence of the drug, then
Yeah.
why are they not tearing each other apart and only
Dramatic
tearing apart?
effect. You want them to go after the good people so that you have the usual kind of zombies are after you sort of thing that you get to do.
True.
Fuck you, that's not the answer I'm looking for, John.
That's exactly
I'm
right.
looking
Why
for
would
good
you- he's
logic
not wrong.
inside the
He's
movie.
not wrong.
Yeah.
That's the movie logic. I'm thinking
Um,
about, no, not the movie logic. That's the reality logic. That's why it's there.
Yeah,
So it
I mean,
pushes-
if it's all like drug induced and you're just like gone psycho, you're not necessarily going to ally with anybody around you. I
But they
guess.
do.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So it's
But
dumb.
yeah,
That's all we're going to
It
say.
is
It's
dumb. Yeah, dumb.
Okay. I also thought it was pretty lucky how the bad guys that were bringing the weapon onto the bridge were the very last car. They're like, all right, oh, no, no more. Oh, one more. Okay. It's like, well,
Right, yeah.
this is a very
Just
poorly
two.
thought out plan. If you guys were cutting it this close,
Yeah, that's fair.
why not have the weapon on the fucking island? Where
You
were
mad
they-
at the org? You mad
And
at the
again, you know
coordinator?
the reason for that?
Yeah.
The reason for that? Denny?
Why
do you
did
know
we
the reason
hire
is?
that
Do
person?
you want to know the reason is?
Their
Denny?
one job was to get us here early
Yeah.
and buffer
Suspense,
this in.
John? Is it
Yeah,
suspense?
Yeah, tell him about him. Dramatic effect. That's right.
Oh, Jesus.
Dramatic effect, Denny.
Oh, I like it. This might be the best impersonation you've ever done on the podcast.
That's true.
Oh, good. That's
You're
good.
now Batman.
That says
you know?
very little, but yeah.
Certainly better than your
Now we just have
Daniel
to get-
Day-Lewis from There Will Be Blood.
We have to get
Oh,
Denny
God,
a
yeah.
persona now, John, because now me and you are all covered. So,
Oh god,
Mm.
I can't do this, or I'm gonna like have throat cancer.
oh, you're doing it.
I can't do anything good. I can't do anything good, you guys.
We'll figure something out for you.
We'll
Danny,
find out.
Danny.
Yeah, we'll get you
That's
something.
okay. You're the loser of the group.
Oh,
That's why I'm
don't say
forced.
that.
You guys bully me to fucking do all the work.
But he's
and
not
I'm
shit.
wrong.
kidding. I was gonna say you're the one that does. You're the one that carries this
Dude,
podcast
Denny's
all
still
the
check
time.
it out. Check it out. He'll do all of it. Check it out. Watch
Yeah,
this.
check it out, right? Hey, Denny, you want help?
What?
No, told you.
Yeah.
It's that
You want
easy.
to be part of the cool
fucking
kids,
idiot.
Denny?
Jesus.
There you go. You got to do all the editing.
Dude, I told that to somebody that day. They're like, so what is this podcast? It's yours? I'm like, I'm on it. It's not really mine. It's Denny's. It's all Denny's for sure.
Yeah, dude, this is yours. Come on.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like as far as like the most ownership is concerned,
Yeah. Oh,
Denny's
I know.
definitely the
I
guy.
know. I agree with that.
I'm comedic relief.
I'm in the
which is
middle
a
of
very
something
important
here,
part,
guys. Though
You know?
I'm not in the
comedic
extreme at
relief.
either end. I'm probably sweating the middlest amount of all three of us.
I'm
right
doing
now.
all right. I got the fan on. I took one for the, I said, fuck it. We're going with my ears. I think we're going to be okay.
Oh yeah. So if you hear some extra
Yeah.
noise in TC's mics, that's the
It's
fan.
the
there.
fan. Yeah.
Yep.
It's me
Can't
not
be
being
helped.
able to take it. Yeah.
Windows closed, no AC, 90 degrees in LA.
I put
Oh,
shorts
man.
on mid fucking recording.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Hot as fuck.
I'm like regulated to the cold basement far away from
Oh,
everybody so no one hears me yelling.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
at least it's cool down here.
Well, I got another question here. Why turn the Why turn the microwave on before you get to Wayne Manor?
Good question. Don't have an
Also,
answer.
if you got a microwave that somehow is boiling all the water around you, shouldn't any people around it just pop?
No, it only boils water in pipes, John. If you get inside of a microwave, you'll be fine. But if you put a
didn't
pipe
know
with water
that?
in there, it's fucked.
Yeah.
No, you put yourself in a microwave, you're going to blow up.
No, you
Or
won't.
melt.
You'll just melt really
Yeah.
painfully
What?
from the
Or
inside.
melt.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
You'll be good. Don't worry about it. Get in. Try it.
Yeah,
Penny,
go ahead.
You
Yeah.
first.
There was a movie where
No.
someone jumped in a microwave. It was gross.
It didn't
Can they
work
get
out
in
well,
it's a
I'm
big
sure.
microwave, huh?
It was a
Fuck that.
huge microwave.
Geez, that's even worse.
Yeah, I think it was for like cooking big birds and stuff.
Oh,
Big Bird.
wow. Poor Big
Big
Bird.
birds.
Oh,
They got Big
I
Bird
don't
and-
even know what Big
They got
Bird's
Big
voice
Bird
is.
and Barney in there. They're like, no, head, just go ahead. Just
Yeah.
walk right in. You're good.
What's
Don't
that?
worry
That's
about
for,
it.
That's the microwave. That's for the
No.
Muppets, you know.
Don't think. Just get in.
For the Muppets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
We
get it.
put the Muppets in there, you know.
So, Big Bird, what are you up to? Oh, not much. I hear you like to hang out with kids. Yeah, I like kids. Bird, what the fuck are we talking? Boom. That's it.
It
That's
just
the end of
makes
that.
kids entitled, all that stuff.
This is
need
why
to
we
get
got rid of
them.
Big Bird and Bernie or
Yeah.
Barney or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it is.
Barney.
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 Trivia time.
Yeah, moving on.
And Big Bird in a microwave.
That's what happens to our brains when we start going off topic.
So, John, are you excited to watch the next two ones, though? The next two Batmans at all?
Oh yeah,
I'm looking
I haven't
forward to
seen
it.
them. The nice thing is I've only seen each of those once, so I
nice.
think I'll enjoy seeing them again because it's been so long.
So, TC, before the podcast, we were looking at other movies that were coming out that we might
Uh-huh.
want to watch
Okay.
this year. And there's a Joker movie coming out with Joaquin Phoenix in it.
Ooh.
And it looks pretty fucking good.
It does
Okay.
look good. I was surprised. It looks interesting.
Shit. I mean, there might be a next one. I like this whole like throw in a real movie.
Yeah. Got to wait till it breaks the top 250, though, to keep with the theme of the podcast. Or not. Because
or not.
fuck it.
We just pick a
Well,
movie
we'll see
we
where
really
it's
wanna
at
see.
after the first week. It might be there.
Yeah. So, trivia time. All right. So,
Okay.
no commentary track, which kind of sucks, but they did have a lot of interviews with Christopher Nolan, which is cool. He's a good interviewer, I guess. He's kind of seems like a stereotypical movie director kind of guy. And I don't even know how I mean that. He's just like, he seems very business. He seems very much like his life is the movies. He doesn't seem like he's very interesting outside of movies. But I don't know about you guys. And I just chat on him for a little bit, but I think all of his movies are awesome. I mean, he's pretty much, I don't know how many movies he has, like 10. He's like 10 for 10, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Big fan. You're a big fan.
Big fan. Huge fan.
Yeah. Big
Um,
fan. Well, he's hugely successful. I mean,
Yeah, he's
I
the
mean, he
10th
is-
highest grossing director of all time.
yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's doing well for himself, and he does interesting things. Even if I'm not on board, or I don't, I'm happy to go see his stuff. Even though I thought Dunkirk was a little strange. I'm still happy to have gone and seen it because he does interesting stuff. He tries like to do cool stuff, and
Yeah.
and he takes it very seriously and does. And there's a lot of craft in what he does, and so I'll be grumpy about it, but
John's
but I'm
back.
No
still
one's
happy
gonna
that I'm
stop
part of
you
it.
John's
doing that.
See it,
backtracking right
though.
now.
Yeah,
He has a new movie coming out next year
Oh, nice.
called Tenet, Tenet. It's
Okay.
an original one, it sounds like, that he wrote himself, like
Oh,
most of his
okay.
movies. It's got Robert Pattinson in it.
Who's that?
Who's that?
I think he was in Twilight.
Hmm.
That doesn't sound bad, but he's about to have a-
okay. That doesn't sound
That
good. you
the
mean.
dude there, the sexy hot dude, the hunk.
Sexy hot dude.
Yeah,
Got
he
it.
was the sexy hot dude in Twilight.
Yeah,
Got
but
it.
he's having so there's this movie coming out called Lighthouse. This is getting off topic here, but whatever. Second movie by the guy who directed The Witch. It's got Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson in it, and the trailer just came out this week, and it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like on the first thing, 6 new trailers you need to watch from this week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
The
an
Lighthouse.
international espionage movie, Tenet.
That could be cool.
Oh, wow. The Lighthouse is fucking black and white, too, huh?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. It looks really good.
Okay. And it-
So maybe he's like getting into better movies or something. So
I don't know.
Maybe.
not
see.
necessarily scary to see the Twilight guys in a Christopher Nolan movie. That's all I'm trying to say. Not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
All right, so trivia time. Liam Neeson and Christian Bale did like most of the fighting themselves. They learned all of it themselves, and they shot all of it. But then they did like the stunt guys doing the same things again for shots that didn't necessarily have their faces in it because
Oh,
they're
nice.
still better than them at doing
Right.
all that stuff.
Of course. Like
'Cause it's
rolling
their
and getting
profession.
up and moving. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, most of it was them. So like they were pretty fucking good at it. They practiced a lot, and they got into like, Christian Bale got into extremely good shape for this. And Liam Neeson was in pretty good shape too. I mean, he's an older dude. He
Right.
never played a bad guy before, and he never played an action star before this movie. So this movie kind of like set him off on that whole Taken and fucking The Gray and that train movie he was in and that plane movie he was in and all the movies he's been in since now.
No,
Since
he's
this.
great. Yeah, and he's fantastic. He's great. So we can thank Christian Nolan for setting Liam.
Christian Nolan, Leland,
Christian Nolan.
waivers.
Ah!
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, and who am I to criticize? I can't even get the names right.
Look in the mirror, John. Is the left side of your face sagging? Is it bad?
The stroke.
We need to call someone.
Kirk.
I taste burnt toast.
Tap the microphone if you need help.
It's my head.
No, I said tap the microphone. Don't talk.
I what? No, I was hitting it with my head, and now my head hurts.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Someone call Nikki.
The sets were built. The Narrow set, like the city set, was built in a huge warehouse plane hangar thing. It was like 160 feet high, and they utilized the entire thing. It took them 100 days to build it. They had underground this piping for like all the steam and water, and all that mist and shit was all real. They had like an underground piping system, basically.
Wow.
They built for this movie. And during the shots where they would where Batman was being dragged by the train and going through and like all the little steam pipes are going up because the microwave is making them explode and shit, that was all real. Zero like CG effects in that shot.
Wow.
And they
had to
said,
just time it or what? And do it
they
once?
timed it.
I mean,
yep.
just did
Oh,
it
they did
once?
it
Holy
multiple
shit.
times. It took very long to reset it up. And they said that after they shot those big steam pipes up in the air, it rained inside this place for 2 minutes,
Oh, shit.
which is crazy.
Like,
'Cause
it
it's
just, there was
all-
so much steam. It was just like coming down from the
yeah,
ceiling.
it would
Oh,
hit the
damn.
ceiling
Oh.
and then condense and then start dripping on them for 2 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so much work to put into like one shot.
It is an insane amount of work. And they test, like, there's, especially the behind the scenes are cool because like a lot of the stunt stuff, they practiced over and over again without people in bat suits and like safe environments before they took
Oh,
it to
right.
the sets and shit
Makes
because they were
sense, yeah.
shooting other stuff on the sets. But I mean, there was a stunt guy in the bat suit and he was flying through the goddamn city with the fucking shit like blowing up underneath him and they were just filming it. It was
Wow.
awesome.
That's impressive.
Most of the stuff is entirely real. Did you guys notice any CG shots in the movie?
Not
think of
really.
anything?
No.
Is
Not
John
that stands
stroking out? Is John
Yeah, a
stroking
little
out?
bit. Yep. Help.
He's looking him up to try and cheat.
You trying to look it up?
Yeah.
You cheating, John?
No. Go on.
No, you know, is the answer no? You can't think of any?
I can't think of any.
I mean, the bats, you can kind of think the bats are probably CG, but they look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The bats were definitely CG. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
I remember. Yeah.
they actually tried to use multiple bats for the beginning part of it, but they were too unwieldy, is what they said, which, maybe you know that before you unleash a bunch of bats.
I
into
feel
a
like I
room.
know that about bats prior to the test.
Yeah. No, I talked to this bat guy. He says he's got them under control. Oh, really? Okay. That sounds good.
Well, where's he from? Is he from Gotham? No. Okay. Shit. It's Christian Bale. I know they will be wieldy. They will not be unwieldy, I promise.
Listen to this voice.
They listen to me. I am Batman.
But the single bats and stuff were real bats. Only the groups of bats weren't real.
Wow.
Yep.
So there's like a bat herder out here. Like, no, I got your bats. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I could be there on set at 9 a.m. No problem.
He's got this big ass like butterfly catcher running around the Wayne Manor, being like, "Oh, hold on a sec, guys, give me a minute."
Yeah, he's friends with the Falcon guy. You know, they put in the complexes so the birds don't come in the area.
You don't think bats and falcons would try to kill each other? I bet a
No,
falcon
no,
would kill
these
that.
guys are the guys that do the work, right? Like, yeah, I got a
yeah.
guy. I got a Falcon guy. I bet he knows the bat guy.
It's
Hold
the
on,
one
let me call
apartment
him.
complex in
Yeah.
LA that lets people with like
Yeah.
weird birds inside
No,
of it.
it's like in a valley somewhere. You know, they got like a whole area. You know, they got the animals for the scenes.
Yeah.
It's call. Yeah.
So on top of building this like giant city, they also built models of cities. They had multiple scaled down versions of the Batmobile. They had a remote control version of it, but it was fucking huge. It was like, it's like the size of a coffee table.
Wow.
So that's pretty big. But they used it for like the rooftop scenes and all the scenes where they were doing stunts with the car.
Huh.
The scenes where it was like jumping through the air and stuff like that.
Right.
But all like the city scenes, obviously, were the real full-sized working Batmobile. The Batcave they built and flooded a studio with like 4 feet of water. All the rocks in the wall were actually plaster casts of real rocks taken and formed in paper mache and painted and like they put some kind of rubber rock-looking thing on top of it, which seems like a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, it's amazing what the amount of work in this movie, right?
Yeah.
I was just looking up the budget. So, do you know what the budget was, TC?
No, I do not.
I'm sure, Denny, you know it, right?
I do.
Yeah,
What are we looking at?
$150 million.
Oh, wow. How much did it make back?
You know what? I don't think it did so well at first.
It didn't do amazing. It made $370 million worldwide, but
They got their money back.
They got their money
did.
back. Yeah, usually
But not
it's-
immediately.
And then
I
some.
mean,
Yeah.
the follow-up movies did gangbusters, I think.
Yes.
Wow. But I mean, still, you made your money back and then doubled it. I mean, come on.
Yeah. After
yeah,
with
it's
a
great.
huge budget like that, yeah.
It did great.
And everybody
And plus,
really
you
liked
think
it, I
about
think.
like just the stars that you had. I mean, you got to pay some of these people bank. to
Oh
think.
my God, I know.
Was
especially
Christian
when they're
Bale
in-
even that big before this? This was like his big movie. He had been acting since he was a
But
kid.
you got
but-
Morgan Freeman, you got Liam Neeson,
Katie Holmes will probably
you got
pull a
Katie
pretty penny
Holmes. I
then,
mean,
yeah.
all three of those are like A-list stars, right?
At the time. Maybe Katie Holmes not as much as Morgan.
But up
yeah.
and coming for
But
sure,
there,
right?
Yeah. Certainly in demand.
Christopher Nolan was kind of unknown before this, though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he had what was Memento? What came before
He
this?
had Memento and Insomnia before this. And Memento
Yeah.
was
Those
like
were
an
pretty
indie.
good, though.
They were good, but Insomnia didn't do great. And
Ah,
Memento
okay.
was kind of a cult.
Yeah, it was like an indie film.
Yeah.
And I mean, Insomnia was kind of an indie film, I thought.
I mean, Insomnia made $113 million. How much could it possibly cost to make that movie?
40
That's
million,
kind of
maybe?
Yeah, I
amazing.
mean, come on.
Maybe just to pay Al Pacino
Yeah.
or something.
So, like, each one,
Yeah.
he's doubled his money for the studio.
I don't think
like,
I ever
he's
saw
fine.
Insomnia.
it's
You were right.
unlike-
46 million for Insomnia for the budget.
Ooh,
You're getting
been
good
doing
at
this for too long. Oh,
Yeah. You could be in the film industry.
I could be a number guesser. That'd be a job, right?
I understand budgets from my podcast.
Plus or minus 20% of the budget.
Yeah, but besides the number thing, but you know.
Accuracy to the wind. So I said 100 days to build. I was wrong. So the cave set took 100 days to build, but the city set took 10 months to build. So that's a big
That's-
difference there.
That's impressive.
Working on that set was great for them because they got to work during the day.
Hmm.
Most of the time when you're shooting night scenes, you have to work at night. But since they had it inside and it was all lit to look like nighttime, they could work during the day and just like have a normal schedule.
Isn't that nice?
Because apparently it fucks you up if you have to eat lunch at 2:00 in the morning.
You think?
Yeah, really screws with your head.
Yeah.
Towards the end, when they were like the train was smashing through the city, the shot of the train flying through the air and smashing into the parking garage type of area was all miniatures, but it was like one of the biggest miniature stunts. They said it was probably the biggest miniature stunt ever filmed, and it cost them a shit ton of money to do it. But on top of that, too, they also destroyed the entire city set.
Oh, shit.
So, like when it was
Like an
getting destroyed
unintended
at the end-
consequence? Like
no,
an unintended, like
on purpose. It was
Okay.
like part of the. It's like, all right, let's make sure we got backups on backups of all the footage we have so far of what we need. Make sure we
Right.
don't need reshoots, and we're gonna fucking destroy the city for like the last shots of this movie.
Ah, that's some shit. Because you
Yeah.
know they probably needed one. They were like, fuck.
Yeah,
At least one. You know they needed at least one.
you just do it in close up instead. You don't have to have a wide shot if you need to do the reshoot or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
cut it together, cut it around it, do something.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty fucking badass, though. Like, I think what most impresses me about some of these filmmakers is just like the sheer decision making. That's like, there's no, they talk about shit in corporate world already. Like, what's a two-way door decision? You could always go back through the door. But like, imagine that you couldn't.
Yeah.
Because the set that's it. The budget's out. There's no time. You're already due for post, and we got to blow this shit up. Sure, we're good. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yep.
I think so.
Like,
I hope
imagine
so.
that. Yeah, like there must be like meticulous logging and DIT stuff that happens in these
Well,
like,
that
dailies. and
didn't
stuff.
that Bridge in the River Kwai movie. They blew up the bridge, and it was like the end. Like that, they couldn't ever rebuild it because it took so much money to build it. But then they thought they lost all the footage on the
Oh,
way back to the
Jesus.
United States for like a couple of weeks. I think I remember that correctly.
Imagine.
That would. I mean, can you imagine those weeks?
They'd like, hey, Timmy, did you, where's the bag? I don't know, boss. I might have left it in the river. I don't know.
Shit,
I
Timmy, you
can't
fucked
find
us.
it.
You
I
fucked
can't
us,
find my
Timmy.
wallet either. I don't know what's going on, boss. We got to go back and look. Oh, nope. Right next to my keys, boss. We're good. We got the hard drives. Yeah, right.
Timmy, you
Like-
gave me a goddamn heart attack, Timmy. Batman's sweating in his back suit, Timmy.
man. Yeah. Who invited Timmy to this?
Getting stinky in his rubber suit, Timmy.
I just kind of showed up. It was open. Anyway.
The monorail was 1/6 scale. So that's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
One of the things I noted on the special features was that when they were testing the fire effects, like there was a scene where Batman got lit on fire and tossed out of a building.
Yeah.
They were
Right.
testing how long people could stay inside the fire suit. So they basically lit this dude on fire inside the suit. We're like, 1,
Tell us when
2,
you're done, Robbie.
3, and he was standing there 4, 5, and they got up to
Wow.
15, and then he just like fell on his face on the ground, and they just started spraying him with shit.
So he went full. He went all for it. He's like, I'm going to just pass out. Fuck it.
Well, no, I think that was like the cue of like, I'm done, because you can't talk.
Oh, right.
I Well, we wouldn't imagine he could talk, or he wouldn't want to because it's probably hot
Wow.
fucking gas or whatever.
Yeah.
But that would, I mean, fucking the stunt guys in this movie are crazy. They had like a lot of, they actually popularized a type of martial arts called Casey fighting. It was a fairly new type. I mean, there's a lot of really old types, and this one's a new one. And it focuses on like close proximity combat, I guess is what you would call it. And they had like one of the world founders or one of the best people in the world come and train everybody in how to use it. And that's the fighting style in this one. And I think this movie helped make it become more famous. But it also, I think it was a great choice for like Batman. Like all the shit he does with his forearms and stuff, it seems appropriate for him.
Right.
As opposed to Michael Keaton punching people in the face. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. I mean,
All right.
again, I don't think the Batman of the Michael Keaton days was all about like super like karate type action.
But do you think Michael Keaton could do a single pull-up?
Probably
Batman's
not.
got to be able to do pull-ups.
Probably not.
At least one in his suit. Like that's a minimum.
I see.
Don't you think?
I do not recall being like upset at the lack of the physical abilities of Batman as Michael Keaton played him.
No, I don't either. I'm just talking shit. That movie was ridiculous as hell. So
Yeah,
it was very easy to fall into the world of it.
yeah, exactly. Good-
Especially
well
when I
said.
was younger. I haven't seen that one in a while either.
Yeah, I know. I'm interested to think of how it like holds up.
And I think that's all the good stuff I got, guys.
Okay.
Nice.
I am sweating bullets.
Oh
Why
my
is
God,
it so
me
hot?
too. It is so hot. I'm dying. I got the fan on too, and I'm dying.
I have no fan. I'm sitting in my own box of heat over here. It sucks.
Jeez, marinating in your own filth.
I am. I'm gonna have to take a shower after this podcast. No joke.
These guys.
well,
try to
what do
be
you
safe
think?
there?
What do you think? Top 250, huh?
What do you think, John? Top 250?
I gotta say no.
I gotta say yes.
know.
I gotta
I'm
say
sorry.
yes too.
I probably if I were to like credit this film for its influence and the like, I would say yes, and I probably should. But I'm just gonna have to go with how I felt watching it.
Hey, that's all that matters, John.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
this in here. Last piece of trivia: they screened Blade Runner the night before the shoot started on this movie. Be like, this is what we're going for. We want dark, gritty, realistic world building Batman.
Hey,
Fucking A.
another win for Blade Runner, which
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. I mean, it's interesting to think about Blade Runner in comparison to this, where that is a film that was super dark, took itself very seriously, and didn't annoy me.
There you go.
Why is it?
Wow,
possible.
the bars. Both of you are like, I didn't hate it, and it didn't make
Well, you know
me
what it is,
visibly
dude?
angry. So
I think
good-
the problem
good
the
movie.
problem is that when we, like when normal people see movies, they like haven't seen one in a while. We got one every week, and I guess it depends on like what we feel like that day. Sometimes for me, it is. We're like, if I feel good, the movie could be great. If I feel
That's
shitty,
true.
I hate this fucking movie. You know what I mean? It doesn't even matter if about the movie at this point. It's about me, which I guess is always what it is. But
I mean, you can't
Anyways,
really remove
yeah.
yourself from that.
right,
But I would go yes. So TC, John would say no.
I said yes. I'm in.
yeah.
TC said yes. Come on, give TC some credit.
what did I say? I thought, me and TC said yes. John said no. Is that
Yes,
what I
there
said?
you go.
It's 2-on-1. We win. Fuck 'em.
Yes, we win. Score. But you know who really loses, TC?
The audience. I don't know.
You do.
Oh,
You
okay.
lose, TC.
Do I?
Do you know why?
Hey,
Why?
look. Hey, Denny, it's not your fault.
Because
Denny-
next week,
Denny-
don't you try to bring it back
it's
to a
Denny,
movie
it's
like
not
we're
your
gone.
fault.
Denny, it's
We're
not your
gone.
fault.
No,
It's not
TC,
your
you're right. You're right.
TC,
you're
Denny,
right.
we're
Denny,
8 more
Denny.
episodes away until you can put
Denny.
that at your number one of the last 50.
Denny,
It's not your fault, Denny.
It's all right. It's all right, Denny.
We got Yojimbo next, or Yohimbo. Sorry, Yohimbo, right?
Is it Yohimbo?
Is it Yohimbo?
Yohimbo. I looked it up. Yeah, because I wanted to make sure I spelled it. I said it right and I said it wrong. So
Nice. I was going to say
It's
Yojimbo, so
Yohimbo.
thank you for that.
it's Yohimbo.
1961. Directed by Akira Kurosawa. A crafty Ronin comes to a town divided by two criminal gangs and decides to play them against each other to free the town.
I mean, seems like a good idea to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a menace, might as well do it the right way. Fucking people, manipulate people,
With a
right?
goddamn samurai sword.
Yeah. The thing that sucks though is that there was another one a year later and we're not going to watch. So if this one is good, we don't get to see the next one.
What do you mean?
There was a movie that came out, a second movie after in the next year that he did that was, I mean, it looked like the same box art to me, so it must be related. It's another name. I don't know.
That Kurosawa did?
Yeah. And so it's like 61 and 62. I looked it up last night because I thought we were watching that one today. And I'm like, all right, we got Batman Begins.
Sanjuro?
There it is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a movie that I think follows it, but we're not going to be able to watch it because it's not on the list in the same order. So,
The
or at all.
box
I don't
art
think.
does look the exact same.
Yeah.
It's got like that one actor guy with a
Yep.
sword and like a rope or it's actually not a rope in the second one, but who knows?
Anyway,
It's got a different
whatever.
thing. Anywho,
Hopefully it's good.
yeah.
Do you have any thoughts, Timmy, before we take off?
No, I'm just glad we found the stuff in the river. Didn't want to lose this stuff.
What do we find in the river?
Oh, wow, you forgot the joke already. I just
did.
had the whole thing going. Timmy
Was
just
it
said
during
all the
when
thing
everyone was
about
yelling?
losing
I
the
couldn't really
fucking-
hear what was going on.
Like, losing the fucking, all the footage for the bridge over the River Kwai. Whatever.
That's all.
He didn't
See,
lose
it
it in the
did,
river,
yeah.
though. That's why it was
looks-
confusing me.
It looks like I just bombed a joke there, folks.
Yep.
So that's how that goes.
Good way to end it. No laughs.
Yep.
Gonna end it right here.
Yep. Thanks for listening. Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
listening, guys.
Join the
Visit
podcast.
250filmcast.com. Like and subscribe on podcast apps, Facebook and Twitter. And Imbo. Next week.
All right, boys. Sweet.
All right, guys.
Later, dudes.
See ya.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.